everybody, and welcome to We Think episode 46.
I think you're right.
But it's the next week, whatever it is. It's next week.
It's 46, I think.
Have you made a spillage
I
on
had
your
a little
top?
dribble from my overnight porridge.
Oh,
no,
crikey.
overnight oats.
Overnight oats, this is your new thing.
And you got some in the fridge as well. Left
At the
by
gym?
Habib, yeah. He left you some overnight oats.
You got little overnight oats as your new...
White Pine, I think a restaurant shop up in Marylebone.
Marylebone.
Look at you and your jingle jangles.
I know, I've got really like dangly earrings. If you're not looking at us,
And it
please go
matches
look
your
at us.
the gold on
gold
that. Was that meant
vague.
to happen?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I like it.
Vague, yeah, probably feeling a bit vague. So what's been happening? Lots been happening.
You had your all-nighter.
I did my all-nighter. We'll come to that in a sec. But
I've changed my mind.
what
I've changed my mind
about what?
about
Life?
Traitors.
Oh,
Well, you know, I was saying it's all winged out. What I found sitting there with Flynn last Thursday or whenever it was,
yes.
is it's because the way it's filmed, or it starts conversations within families, which is quite nice. It's like
Oh,
an
I see. But
interactive
I think
show.
that also I think is progressive as the series goes on. I think at the first parts of the series either like you're just sort of getting to know the characters, and I think the trouble with the celebrity one, you're sort of almost slightly ahead of the game because you already have perceptions about people. You know, the normal one with normal so-called normal people, you don't know anything about these people, so you probably spend the first 2-3 episodes getting used to them or
I'm with
getting
you.
to know them, or are they being
But
themselves?
the
We
whole
don't
winging,
know.
it's the whole winging out. You know how they prolong.
Yeah, no, I get that, but what I'm saying is, back to your point about the conversations. I think the first episodes are always a bit slower because you're just sort of they're setting the tone, they're sort of building the drama.
But if you listen, it's like, I think Traitors is the grown-up version of Love Island. Because if you listen to the teenagers, and they all talk about Love Island, and they know the characters, they mention their names, they're not celebrities already, and they talk about them, and what do you think of him? And oh yeah, she's Lang. What's the other one? Lang.
Let's not even try.
No, what's the one that's not fit? Lang is fit.
Peng.
Is
No,
it?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Anyway, let's not
But
try
I
to
think
down
it's
the
the
kids 'cause we
adult.
don't know
I
what
think
we're
it's the
talking about.
adult version of Love Island, because adults they go, oh, "What do you think about this?" or "What do you think?" You wouldn't have grown adults talking about what do you think about Kylie showing her tits off to Brandon. Well, you might do.
I'm sure some people do. Maybe
And then
just
there's
not
Naked
us.
Love Island. No, Naked
Okay,
Dating.
so we've gone from Traitors to the one that Ryland
Yes.
is presenting again, called Naked something. No, it's not Naked Attraction because that's
Naked
the other
Dating UK.
Naked, yeah, because Naked Attraction one they have just like show a
And
bit.
funny enough, they
the
don't do
bits.
it in kind of Scunthorpe in winter because you'd all be a bit small.
I just think it's just a bit weird. We always sit there and go, why would you go on that show?
But we came across it when we did
I
that
know,
weird
I
TV
know,
show. People are just
exactly.
doing it to become
But that's
to get famous.
you know, I think historically people have always wanted to be
Naked.
There's certain, no, that's well, but I think there's a certain type of person who's either a, you know,
Extrovert or an introvert.
no, I don't even think it's that. It's just they just want.
Get the cock out.
Can I finish my sentence? That's just you. You would be if you were like.
No, but I'd tuck it
if
between my
these
legs. I'd make
shows
it
were
comedy.
When you were like.
I'd have it between my
20s,
legs and walking around like a ladyboy.
And you were single.
Can you say ladyboy anymore?
Yeah, sorry, we've got the window open because it's quite warm in here. So if
Do
there's
you want me
lots
to
of noise,
close it?
no, I think it's fine.
Okay.
We just tell people it's noise. There's traffic noise.
Oh.
What I was going to say was if you'd been, if I think these shows have been around when you were like 20, maybe, because you were every photo of you that A was shown at
Every photo wedding, I had clothes on.
Most of the photos shown at our wedding of you were with you with your trousers by your knees. Because you'd stand there for a photo and then
If you got
decide
it,
to expose yourself.
if you've got it.
Have you?
No, not really. It's a lot of pastry, not much meat.
Oh, got it. Well, that's Traitors. Talking of...
Sorry, I'm not very good at sticking. Was there a script?
There isn't a script at all.
Okay.
There never is a script. There's just a sort of a vague outline.
You're tired. I'm tired.
I'm really bloody tired, but
Well,
we'll come back to that. But I
oh.
wanted to talk about the person that's like been in the news is Prince Andrew, about his ridiculous lifestyle.
The king's still under pressure to kick him out of Windsor.
Well, he's been taken all his dukedoms and various
He's still
royal
known
things.
as Prince. You still call him Prince.
I know, and all his children. I think King Charles has done a good thing as far as like he's trying to like.
So what's Beatrice and that lot?
They are still. He's trying to protect them basically because he really apparently still respects them. It's not their fault that their parents are complete twats.
Ooh,
well, come on, they haven't really been great role models, have they?
Well, Fergie, what's Fergie done?
She's done lots of things, I think. Not like he has, allegedly.
Was it her that toe sucked?
There's a lot of things. They just haven't really followed the whole usual royal
But
protocol.
apparently the house he's got in Windsor Great Park.
In the Crown Estate.
When I say the house, when at the mansion.
It's like 30 bedroom
He signed a deal, like a lease, like someone would renting or whatever on a mortgage.
Yeah.
And so it's the same legally binding, so he cannot kick him out until no one actually knows when that lease runs out.
Well, until he goes to prison or whatever.
Well, I don't think he will. He's going to be a kind of...
But I mean, they just keep going back to that. You're just reading all the reports about it at the weekend and going back to all his, like, saying it couldn't have been me because she described me sweating and I don't sweat and I can't sweat. And
it was the woman that interviewed him.
Emily Maitlis.
There was an interview about her, and if she'd really known what was going on. But the one I'm surprised with...
I think they do know. I mean, that was quite a brutal interview. I mean, it absolutely showed him to be...
Oh, that was a catalyst change, wasn't it?
100%. So I think she did know what she was asking.
Who's the woman that was involved with Epstein?
Ghislaine or Ghislaine.
I cannot believe, because obviously she has a list. She will have a list of...
So I saw Alistair Campbell.
How she has been killed in prison. Jail.
Alistair Campbell was talking about how he's been questioned about his meeting with what's his face, Epstein.
Yeah.
And apparently he obviously, through all the media and obviously knowing Maxwell family or whatever, he'd met Ghislaine. I don't know if it's Ghislaine or how you say her name anyway, her. And he said, he'd obviously, socialised with her at various things. I don't know, he's trying to get himself out. And obviously then she said, look, I'm meet my boyfriend. And then he was left in an office with Epstein and just chatting rubbish. And then he went, all right, actually, I've got to go, and left. He said that's the only connection he had with him. He'd obviously socialised with her a lot, but not under his thing. There's so many people. I mean, they were just seeing a little thing this morning just on Instagram where it looks like Trump's digging up part of the White House. And it's like, everybody's like saying, is that where all the Epstein files are being buried underneath there?
Nice. But how old is it Ronnie Woods that went out with? Was it Ronnie Woods that went out with?
No, don't put that out there. That was...
Sorry, not Ronnie Woods. Apologies, Ronald.
Oh my God, why did you do this to me?
Because I like to tease you in the morning.
The other...
Bill Wyman.
Bill Wyman, thank you.
So she was actually only 14 when they started seeing, and then got married when she was legally 18. 14 apparently, I read. So...
But I remember that because it was a similar age to her.
And how old was he at the time? 65 or something?
Well older than her. He wasn't like in his 20s, let's put it that way.
So if you were 20, right, you were 20.
If I was 20.
Right, take yourself back. Not far.
It's not far.
No. What's the biggest age gap you would have done?
We had this conversation.
I know, but you changed.
Done? What done? What am I done? What am I doing?
Yeah, I'd be the geezer.
In it. All right, Goujon.
Goujoms.
Little Goujon. Older person, man.
Bloke.
Okay.
Sleep with.
I don't know. I think 10 years would be the maximum.
And if he came flashing the cash and had loads of lycra on him, not wearing, but like
just to give
at 20,
me,
yeah,
loads of leopard print lycra.
So it would be leopard print lycra, couple of Weimaraner puppies.
Let's not
good
go there.
rhyming slang. So he had a couple of puppies on him. You'd go higher than 30.
I don't know. When you're 20, 30,
if he had a turquoise BMW,
20, 30 seems quite old. So all the people I was hanging out with when I was doing my competitive aerobics were all in their late 20s into their 30s, 35. I felt like they were like my older siblings, you know what I mean? Or like uncles.
So what makes someone do it? Is it purely financial?
Some people are just attracted to older people. Everybody's different, aren't they? Everybody's different. Everybody has different tastes, different jobs, different skills.
Yeah, but a lot of that is...
I think certain people look for it, either they just... Yeah, but also I think people either... It's something about that person that obviously, whether it's their money, whether it's they're just amazingly fun to be with.
Okay. All right. Well, carry on.
You're way older than me.
I know.
Please be careful of that foot in this wire.
No,
very concerned. It's moving.
That's fine.
And it's the connections. We don't want to lose connection, people. So anyway, Prince Andrew, what a mess, basically.
I do feel for Chucky.
Yeah, and I think he's trying to do the right thing by like going, right, well, you need to like just keep a low, very, very low profile, as in like don't even show your face anywhere.
Does he still get a salary now?
I'm not sure, but
He's
still.
going to do even more dodgy deals if he hasn't got money coming in.
I'm sure he'll be under far greater scrutiny. That's what they write in the press, isn't it? Under scrutiny.
Under the scrutiny.
Under scrutiny of anything that he says or
Good
does.
word. I'm going to use scrutiny today.
How are you going to use it?
When I'm training someone, I'm going to say I'm really...
Can't hear you, so...
When I'm coaching someone.
Speak up.
When I'm coaching someone...
Better. There we go.
I'm going to say you're under scrutiny.
Okay. Well done.
Did you not used to play this game?
We do. What do you mean? I've known you for 28 years, of course. You make me do it all the time.
What, use a word?
Yeah,
in your day?
I used to use that word today.
Yeah.
I do know you. I have met you before. Do you know that?
And then we had dinner last night with two of Flynn's friends. Very good social skills.
Gone from that to that. Okay.
Well, no, it's about social skills and scrutiny.
Social skills. They were under scrutiny. Quite funny though.
Yeah. We had Jesus Christ and social skills sitting with us.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Very nice lads.
Very nice. They'd had a little bit of golf, bit of
watching films, sat there while you cooked for them.
Sauna. No, I did offer. I just said to Flynn that Wednesday I'd gone to restock the fridge, which excited Flynn greatly. Yeah. It's like his best thing, opening the fridge and it's full of stuff. It won't last though.
No. Well, it doesn't because we...
No, but literally in a couple of days I'll have to go into it again. With him being on half term. It's half term for him this week. Half
term week. I've got lots of kids coming in for coaching, testing, assessments. Had a young cricketer. He was very good. Very switched on. Some of these boys at 13 are so different than other boys at 13.
Or even you at 13.
Yeah, just so switched on. So switched on. And
where does that come from, do you think? Just the environment they're in?
The dad is very switched on. And I thought he would be a bit overpowering. He wasn't at all. I think the boy's quite bright. You can tell he's bright. So, I don't know. It's interesting. You see it when you coach kids at the track. I've got a few people that they just kind of seem to know where they want to go, if that makes sense.
Good. I mean, it's quite unusual at that young age to
know. But I'm finding it more and more now.
But I think they're quite driven. They see, but I think because they can see much more things, see more things like that on whether it's social media or watching documentaries. They're not under scrutiny.
They do not. 13-year-olds do not watch documentaries. Well, maybe some.
No, like sports documentaries, things like Flynn watches.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up.
I think it's the social media.
Watches Netflix documentaries about not like
sports teams
psychology
and their progress through school, high school,
that sort of stuff. So I think they have more opportunity to watch stuff like that than we did.
Yeah,
we had Tomorrow's World and Top of the Pops.
But he was talking about another boy that he knows, same age as him, who's just joined Epsom, where Flynn's at, year 9, whose dad was an international cricketer for Pakistan or India, and the dad got, I think he said the MCC, whatever cricketing, to come round and build a cricket net in his back garden. So it was the same size, footings, surfacing for the boy. And the boy apparently...
Is he any good though?
He's 13 and he's going to be playing for the first this year.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay. Well, you don't mind. I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and it was about sometimes the kids who are sometimes the most naturally talented have the parents who are like the most laid back and can't be bothered, and then the kids who aren't necessarily always super talented, or naturally talented, have the pushy parents and they're trying to
vicariously through them,
give them everything and think they're better than they are. Not think they're better than they are, and I think sometimes there's more pressure put on that child who doesn't always want to necessarily do it. They're okay and they're doing all right, and they've been pushed into this. Whereas the kids who are unbelievably naturally talented usually have the parents who are like, I'm not really bothered, can't be bothered,
What's the old adage?
I'm not going to take them to this event.
If your kid's not very good at maths but loves the piano, get them piano lessons. Don't get them maths if they don't like it. It's like, that wasn't the quote.
No, I know what you mean though. But what I've said is more about the sort of environment that they're in, as far as, it's really frustrating. I think I used to in gymnastics as well as a coach. You'd see these kids who are unbelievably naturally gifted at the sport.
Yeah.
and the parents can't be bothered to bring them to training or
Yeah.
take them to competitions or do all the extra stuff that's needed.
To get them to
Whereas
the
the
next
ones who are really not ever going to make it are the parents who are like full on pushy and demanding and
Well, they sit at
expecting.
the track, and you're like, and there's like, so when you know,
When are they going to turn professional?
when are they going to do, if they do the counties and then they go to English schools? I mean, the nice thing, I guess, well, gymnastics, I guess, is similar, but athletics, there are standards. So if you don't run 13 seconds, say, for whatever age group, 100, you're not going to make English schools.
Mm.
And it's the same for...
Well, gymnastics, you get marked. It's not like you just rock up and
the
dance
problem with
about and
marking,
lids
isn't
up.
it? It's like, if you must have known, I was going to say umpires, coaches who were notoriously tough. Not coaches, judges.
Yeah, but they're generally tough with everybody. It's not like they're
Yeah, but even at Olympic level, you see the responses from the commentators going, "Oh, why is that so low?" Or that doesn't make sense to me.
I know,
We didn't see it.
but yeah, exactly. There's not like a straightforward winner.
So there must be some politics.
But the person I was speaking to yesterday was talking also about parkrun and how they take their children to the Sunday parkrun.
Yes.
And he said you even see it there, you know, at parkrun.
Oh, do you?
Where you've got these parents literally at the finish line just screaming, get your big fat feet out of the way, screaming at children. And it's like, it's a fun run. It's not like the Olympic trials. And he said there's an former Olympian parent there with their child who, or, you know, international sports person there with their child. And they're sort of just generally make these eye contact, like, oh God, to these parents, because these parents are literally like at the finish line. These kids are like 6 and 7 years old doing a park run. I mean, it's utter bonkers. Utter bonkers. Talking of bonkers, have you heard of Smellmaxxing?
I mean, I could guess.
Go on.
So you smell something, and then you max out on it.
No, well, Smellmaxxing, I read this in the magazine the weekend, I thought it was hilarious. Smellmaxxing is the latest trend, people, to combine 2 or 3 scents together and you make like your own bespoke smell. Can you imagine? Like,
that's been going on for...
It's been going on for ages, because literally every teenage boy change room, people like Lynx Africa and Lynx Girl together.
Oof. You get Lynx Africa.
You walk past, when I used to teach in school, and you walk past literally anywhere near a boys' after PE changing room, it's literally like a cloud of Lynx.
With a slight mix of deep heat.
Yeah, well, like that. You're like, oh, and sort of sweaty.
I do like a bit of Lynx Africa.
I know you do. The gold one. No, is it Africa?
Oh, I don't know.
Gold?
Whatever one's downstairs.
I don't mind some of them, but it's like when it's like overpacked, when you've got like combinations of them going on.
Have you found yourself, so when I walk past people, when I'm dogging, normally pavement. Okay. So when I'm pavement walking, and if I'm upwind, if I'm downwind, you smell them before you actually see them. Some girls have so much.
Yeah,
I'm like, even Yogi his eyes start watering. He's like, he had a little throw up today.
Oh, did he?
Oh. And then I had my exhausting drink.
Hang on. Whoa, slow down, people. Slow down. Let's do one thing at a time here. So, Yogi... Smellmaxxing. Done. Enough. We don't need to do that. So basically you'd rather than like you wear one perfume, you'd wear maybe like a couple of scents, mix them together. But the whole point of that is that these perfumery people, I went to, Penhaligon's.
Oh yes,
and had it all done properly, and
they would get very upset with that, wouldn't they?
Unbelievable.
And also that's what they do.
And interesting, when I did do that a smell, when you smell it on, they have this little piece of card or whatever, you smell it on the piece of card, you go, yeah, it smells really nice, I really like that. And then they spray it on you. Do you remember? I sprayed it on me and I really liked that smell. And she went, that's not going to work for you. And by the time I got to the gym, I went, let's smell that one. Everybody just went, oh, it smells disgusting.
Yes.
So it obviously changed with my body chemistry.
Skin. Your acidity.
It didn't like it.
Oh.
So what it smells like on a piece of paper or in the air compared to actually on you.
Imagine working in those perfumeries in like Selfridges or somewhere where it's just constantly.
It's not very healthy. It's not very good for you.
I doubt it.
Not very good for you. So back to my last week. That was pretty mental.
Well, that screwed you up. It was brilliant and you loved it.
I loved it and I'm still buzzing about it. But
it was a very amazing achievement.
So I did this. I don't know if anyone did listen last week. Why not? Firstly.
Skits.
Secondly, I was invited to do some presenting for this 24-hour live broadcast which was student-led. So it was linking up universities all over the world, and each university that we linked to did an hour of content.
And
of
these
their own
universities
production.
were based on, it was...
They're all media
Yeah.
production-based universities. So they had little mini studios, or they had courses which were media based, so they'd create their own content. So whether it was like a little game show or some little sketch or music or
dancing,
all sorts of stuff, lots of weird stuff going on, and some lovely stuff too. Mumbai, my favourite, because they were just really fun.
I didn't see that one.
They kept, obviously we had lots of VT
What time was
videos.
that, do you reckon?
So I got to the studio, the university studio. We were doing it in London by the O2, and at 10:30 p.m. and then we went live at 1 a.m., which was very bizarre. And we had to fill the first hour and a quarter because one of the university's content wasn't quite right for the broadcast, so they didn't do that. So we had to fill. That was in Australia, one of the Australian ones. So we had to fill an hour and a quarter. Live.
So you went from 1 a.m. to
midday. Not obviously on the camera all the time, but pretty much on all the time. So we had to be in the studio, we did the first hour and a quarter, and then thankfully we could link to a university. I think it was Brisbane was the next one, and then we could leave. But we had to wait until that connection was brilliant, because obviously there was lots of people. So it was basically student-led, but there was lots of people behind the scenes and upstairs in the gallery, and for months before setting all this up and making sure all the communications worked, all the tech worked. We had people in from Estonia specifically for this one thing.
It's amazing.
It was a massive amount of people. Yeah. And then we had, for our crew, for that first shift, we had year 2 students, university students in doing the crew. So it's a big deal, because they'd literally just done 1 year of learning how to do this stuff. And then obviously not even really started uni, probably only like a couple of weeks into their uni.
And they're in.
Semester, or whatever you want to call it, term.
Nice.
So yeah, they were brilliant. And it was fantastic, but obviously very tiring. And we had to like wait around. And there was a few times we had to like jump in and fill time. And the thing was, they always kept bringing down people for us to interview, obviously to fill slots of time in between linking to universities. But half these people are the people like who work in the stuff that I don't really understand about TV and production. And I don't know what they didn't know anything about them. And they'd suddenly like appear, they go, oh, we've got so-and-so in the studio for you to like interview. And me and Maya, who I was co-hosting with, we just were going, okay. So we had some great script writers. So they'd write all the stuff. So look, just give us like 3 or 4 questions just to start us off, because we don't know anything about these people. And we can't sort of go, who are you and what do you do? We sort of did do that a bit. We're going, right, can you just introduce yourself, tell everybody what you do, and then try and explain it to people. So that was quite hard, especially if you're doing it like 4 a.m.
Oh.
You're like, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you do. I don't even know what that job title means. So, it was quite hard. So I haven't really got back into normal.
Yeah, it's like
being jet. It's like being on a 24, like on a long like flight to Australia or something, where you don't really sleep. You haven't slept. You don't know what day it is. You don't know what time it is. It was a bit like that. I felt okay Thursday. The next day, it was Friday over the weekend, and I was broken.
And then because you were broken, you didn't move much. Then your back went into spasm.
Yes.
And
so it's like a knock-on effect.
Yeah, it's vicious. And I don't know. It kind of relates to like I have lots of clients who travel internationally.
Yeah.
And there's a few hacks. I met a guy from Buck University, California, who put an app together. So you try and migrate before your flight. You kind of start to change your clock time. But it was all fair and good if you didn't have kids. You didn't have, you basically try and you shift your time zone before you actually fly.
But that's sort of what I was doing mentally anyway. And so a lot of the students were all like falling asleep and really struggling. And I was like, come on, you've got to like change. So I think it's not 4 a.m, it's 4 p.m. Like it's a working day.
Worse.
No, but it's like a working day. Do you know what I mean? You're like in the middle of your working day or like whatever. We're doing we're doing a late shift. And if they want to work it, unfortunately, in TV and production and stuff like that, a lot of the times are really antisocial times. Yeah. They've got to almost get used to. There's a lot of hanging around. There's a lot of standing around. There's a lot of waiting for stuff. This was live, so this was even easier in a way because everybody had to be on and it happening here and now. Whereas if you're doing pre-record stuff, there's a lot of hanging around, a lot of reshoots, a lot of resetting, a lot of changing scenery, moving stuff around. I mean, we moved the scenery so we could just jump around a bit because
You had your dance
it
moves.
was so hot. The aircon didn't come on till 6 a.m.
Oh, because it's come a big building.
So it's like, yeah, big university, and they put it all on sort of like shut down overnight so we were melting. We had like big studio lights on us, and we were sitting on these like vinyl leatherette sort of seats. So literally every time I stood up in between things, I was like, I'm literally melting the seat. I'm so hot. So hot.
Didn't get piles.
So at 6 o'clock in the morning, or 6:30 or something, the aircon came on. So then it was so much better, so much nicer.
I remember going into town at the gym on Curzon Street, and occasionally you feel a bit sorry for yourself. 6 o'clock client, it's 5:30, and I turn up and I got to know the night shift guy, who was the most lovely guy. He had a disabled kid. And he'd finish work at 7 in the morning, and then he'd go home, feed his kid, take him to special school, then go to the gym, fair play, and then go back and sleep, and then wake up at 4, pick up his kid.
Yeah, it messes with your...
But not just that, respect. If you feel sorry for yourself...
Exactly. There's people doing that. Well, I sort of felt like I was going into work for like 10:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And everybody else was like getting on the trains coming out of the O2 or coming home from stuff as we were going in. We hadn't even started. That was quite a weird mental thing. I had to sort of go, okay. But yeah, it was amazing. What a huge achievement. We only did 12 hours, and then another crew of whole people took over, and some of them did the whole 24 hours. Our crew had obviously organised it all.
What was his name? Urban.
They had airbeds. They had an emergency nap room. We didn't know about that. We weren't allowed to go to the emergency nap room. People kept disappearing off.
How many people were allowed in the nap room? Just one?
I don't know. I didn't even know where it was. It was upstairs somewhere. Just kept hearing people. One of our floor manager went up there, bless her, because she wasn't feeling great. So she went up for just a quick lie down. 2 hours later, she returns. So, but luckily there was lots of people to step in and help out and keep it all moving. But yeah, that was pretty amazing. So I feel like I could do any TV now, because literally I had earpiece in, live, random people. I don't even know what they do or who they are. It's not like interviewing someone like you sort of vaguely know.
Or you've researched about. Yeah, exactly.
Had time to look
normally
them up.
Research.
I have no idea what these people were. So, and that's the other thing, like job titles. I mean, since then, obviously, I've been connecting with lots of these people on LinkedIn and things like that, and it's just I don't even understand job titles. Why doesn't it just say like the person who does this? Rather than like chief.
Well, we're not at kindergarten.
No, well, would you read? Well, even some of our friends who explain their jobs, and we still have no idea what any of that means.
No, they're very grown up.
Chief thingovism, and you're like, what? I don't know what that means. What does it mean?
Chief audio visual backup system annihilator.
Right. Just explain.
Scrutiny advisor.
Scrutiny advisor. Yeah. Is that going to be? Oh no, I've got a really good job title. So we did interview this lovely lady. Can't remember what time of the morning it was, and she'd had a big career switch and now does whatever she's doing now, involved in production, which I still can't remember. But she said at one point she had herself as director of talking. And
that's you all.
Exactly. I did I felt the presence of one of the floor managers. Lecturers from the university looked straight at me, going, yes, that's it. I'm going to keep that. Director of talking.
God, yeah.
Thank you.
CEO of talking. Global head of talking.
Yes, for the Roberts.
No,
just
not
generally.
Just generally.
Everybody. Director of talking. People say, what do you do? I always say, do you say I talk for a living, mostly?
Director of talking.
Director of talking, that's it. That's going to be your job title.
And then I'm exhausted from my dream.
Dreams. I mean...
Well, it was more of a nightmare. So
here we go. I was up at ridiculous o'clock because I'm not sleeping, but that's a sidebar. Mark arrived down at whatever time you woke up this morning.
20 something. And then, I was exhausted because I was walking the dogs in an American shopping mall.
So this is like during his sleep. This didn't actually happen.
No, this is a dream.
This is a dream.
So, and I tied them up and I went to go and get something from the pharmacist.
Our dogs.
Literally. But then when I came out of the pharmacist, I lost my way.
What were you getting in the pharmacy?
I don't know. Condoms, most probably, knowing me. Viagra. And then I was like, where are the dogs? And I found myself outside. And then...
What are dogs doing in a Was it an outdoor
No, I don't know. This is
mall,
this
shopping
is the
mall? Was it an
wonderful thing
indoor
about
shopping
dreams.
mall?
Sometimes you can bend the
We
rules.
need to know these things.
It was an indoor shopping mall.
Dogs allowed in, that's unusual.
They were here. And then, so I'm standing outside getting very vexed because I can't find my doggies.
Were you under scrutiny?
Yes. And I was talking to the security guy who was just a complete arsehole, big fat American with like his neck was so fat when he swallowed. I remember the smallest details. It was like a wave. When he
Like a
swallowed.
turkey neck.
And I couldn't help looking at it. Well, there's the reason why I looked at it. And then
And he
luckily
swallowed the dog.
Yogi and Ziggy had escaped their harnesses and found me outside. But by this time, I was so annoyed with the security guard that I choked him out. I don't think I killed him. I think I just left him unconscious. And then I ended up going to prison.
Why?
Because I choked him out. I've done ABH on this guy.
Why'd you go to prison?
ABH? No,
GBH.
GBH. There's GBH, grievous bodily harm, and then actual bodily harm, ABH. And TBH, teasing bodily harm.
How long were you in prison for?
That's when I woke up exhausted.
Were you sweating?
Yeah,
like
I think
panting?
just before the gang rape happened, I woke up. Well, attractive ginger guy in prison, young. Ugh.
Okay.
So that's I'm exhausted.
So you are exhausted, even though you had
10 hours sleep.
a lot of
I
sleep.
went to bed at 10:30.
You did.
Sleep at 10:30.
You did.
Had a big day yesterday.
Big day.
Big day.
Big
Busy
day.
It's full on.
Where did we hear that expression? Who said they had a big day?
Somebody. Don't know. I can't help you with that.
Oh, I know. It was at Daryl's
Oh, was it?
50th.
Oh.
And there was a couple there, and she said, I had a big day. He basically had to choose an outfit for a photo.
Oh, yes.
Corporate shoot or something. And that was a big day.
Mm.
Whereas she'd been like working for 12 hours, a small child coming. And it's like, but I've had a big day. Big day.
Some things are big. So, yes, that was exhausting.
Right, so have we got any Mark's bits? Or was that it? Is that you're just exhausted from that? You've got nothing left?
I've got nothing. I've got no bits left.
Just got no bits.
No bits.
Dreams. Does dreams mean you're in a REM or you like not? Or how does that work with sleep?
Dreams are...
Dreams
Is that deep
come true.
sleep? I think that's deep, isn't it? Oh, I should know that. I don't know. I'll research that. Different levels of sleep.
Okay,
This thing, I can tell you.
Answer on the postcard if you do know, please. Thank you. As a postcard.
I've
What
got
are we
it
looking
here.
at? We're looking at Mark's watch. Sorry. For those people just listening at home.
Okay, I'm just trying to... Let's see. So however accurate this is.
Is this your sleep we're looking at?
Yeah, we're looking at my sleep.
Good.
Not porn.
Not just looking at the time.
No.
How much time you've got left.
Sleep insight. You had a relaxing period before going to sleep. Yes, I did. I watched Team. Oh, I don't know. It tells me so much stuff.
Okay, we'll come back to this.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There we are. So thank you very much.
But it's been a busy time, hasn't it?
Oh, busy.
We had a big day.
Big day.
So just again another little, and lots of people are in our era of time, meaning age group, are dealing with. We've talked about this before with the sandwich generation.
Sandwich. I like that.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
We did talk about sandwich and Mark's choice of sandwich, but lots of people, more and more we're speaking to, friends of ours, are now at that stage where parents are needing care and attention, and also they've still got, not young children, but teenagers and children that still need
money.
Yeah, basically need funds to pay for their social skills, lifestyles. So it's quite full on, isn't it? And I think lots of people were just sort of at the same time. It seems to happen. They've got one parent one place, one parent another place, and
I think some people really have it very tough, where they're literally having to go every day to go and help the parents.
Yeah, we're lucky as it's a short window of time. Hopefully, that's just started basically. But your parents have been fairly self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And my mum was very self-sufficient so far, but she's looking after her sister, so it's like got to make sure that she's looking after herself as well, rather than just exhausting herself looking after other people.
Exactly. Put yourself first, which you're not very good at. No,
and I think that's, we sort of want to help, and we sort of say, what, like this 24-hour thing, I just said yes and then work out how to do it later. You sort of just, when it's an emergency or you feel like you're needed to help people, or you want to help people, because is a nice thing to do. It's not to get the reward. It's just you want to fix stuff for people and make it better.
Yeah.
And be there for people. So I think that's quite a tough call. A tough call not to say, oh no, I'm going to just go off and do this instead. I think that's quite hard.
No, I know. And sometimes you have to do it, but at the same time, you have to then. There has to be a bit of planning. Like, right, how am I? It's silly things like, have I got food for myself today? If I am going to be running around like that, how am I going to look after myself so that I don't end up the person that everyone else is having to?
Well, that was the thing doing this filming. All these bloody students, Red Bull and Monster, and I was being studio mum basically because they were like all my children's age.
They've changed those energy drinks, and they have to be 16, is it?
Well, these are all 20, 19.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but I think you have to prove that you're 16. I think to get.
I hope so, but they were all like, "Yeah, we're gonna have like 4 Red Bull." I was like, "No, you're not. You're not." So we were all standing outside the university when we had a small break because it was so hot. We'd go stand outside. They'd all be like vaping and smoking or whatever they're doing and drinking Red Bull. I'd just be telling them all off. But just standing outside just to get some air. I mean, it wasn't daylight because it was the middle of the night. So as soon as it was daylight, I was going, right, everybody outside, come on.
But by then, oh no, you went to midday, didn't you?
Yeah, midday. So we had like it sort of before it got really busy in the university, obviously between about 6 and 8 a.m. It was still pretty quiet. It was like an airport in the middle of the night when there's no one around.
Weird.
But yeah, I mean, it was, but trying to get them to sort of understand, like, just not just drinking crap and eating crap. And then they all brought in, like, the studio production. Someone literally obviously just ordered a massive load of McDonald's breakfast stuff upstairs. I didn't even go upstairs. I went upstairs once during the whole 12 hours. Because we're just on call. Luckily, I brought my little porridge pot thing with me, just to pour hot water in.
Is that all you ate?
I had a iced coffee. Yeah,
wow.
The night I'd eaten before I went, so night time. I know you wouldn't be outside more than like half an hour, but because we were on set,
I'd be like Brad Pitt, just eating during filming.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. I can't really talk and eat. Not very good at that.
Well, you're director of talking, aren't you? Director
of talking. I'm not director. You're director of eating. I'm director of talking. There we go. But literally, the second I went upstairs to put my hot water in my pot was when they cut Estonia briefly because
they were whipping each other in a sauna.
Gate happened. They basically, obviously, in Estonia, there's lots of traditional.
But you said it was YouTube that would potentially fine them.
It wasn't the production on air, so they were just worried that YouTube would pull them or fine them or stop the whole thing. So they obviously were in the middle of a very important big broadcast, so they just sort of pulled Estonia briefly just to get past that bit, and then we went back to them. But because that had happened, I would happen that second to be upstairs, first time ever, trying to get a coffee and this little porridge pot to eat at 7 a.m. or something, and I just heard people screaming, "Suzie, Suzie!"
Director of talking, we need you.
Director of talking, needed in the studio immediately. Yeah, that was a bit annoying. But
Dot. It's your new name.
Dot. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dot.
What are you?
Doff. Director of food.
Okay, I was going to say director of eating. DOE.
Doe. Dear.
Oh god, here we go. Julie Andrews.
You still don't want to do that, studio.
Julie Andrews is out.
I think that'd be lovely. We get all of us singing as a family.
Well,
I'm going to do it just to embarrass you, and we're going to release it, and it'll be a massive hit.
Okay. Watch this space, people.
Cram Streebor and the Streeborettes. What?
Why would you be?
Because I'm the talent.
Headline.
I'm the talent.
They kept saying that actually during the filming. I was laughing.
You were the talent.
Talent's in front of the camera.
Cram Streebor and the Streeborettes. It would be massive.
Okay. Right. I think we've had enough now.
Okay. Night.
But both of us can barely open our eyes or keep our mouths moving to speak coherently. So I think that's enough.
Okay.
Have a lovely week.
Have a really special
we shall speak to you soon. Ciao.
Ciao.